I'm Hilary, a mom in Oklahoma,
And I'm Hannah, a stay-at-home mom in Texas.
and this is episode 95 of the Don't Need to Read podcast. Hey guys, okay, so I can't believe it's 95 episodes. That's insane.
I know. I was thinking, are we doing something fun for 100?
That's what I spoiling behind the scenes. That's what I wanted to ask like some people for their recommendations.
Mmm.
I feel like people are going to be like, "Bring your mom. That's what we want." I've seen several of those.
Yeah, I know. It would be entertaining.
So, what's up? We have talked about this off the mic. I was going to say, how's your reading been? I feel like you've read a lot, but you haven't loved a lot. I feel like that's
Yeah.
the main point all the time.
Okay, I don't love a lot. That is true. I feel like in July specifically, I did count. So I had 17 books and 7 of them were rereads, and all of the rereads were 5 stars for me. So those were amazing. Like that is honestly what kept me going
Mhm.
because all the other stuff, I mean, I did love the complete Brambly Hedge, the children's
Mhm.
book, and
Mhm.
then How to Train Your Dragon, which is also a children's book. But everything else I read that would be like, for my age, I just felt very,
3 stars or less.
yeah, I was not very impressed. And it's okay. It's fine. It wasn't a horrible reading month for me. Again, the rereads, that's the good part.
Yeah, I mean, same for me. Well, I didn't read that many. I read five, and I looked on Storygraph. My average rating was 4, which is not terrible.
That's good.
Um, because oh, and I say four. No, sorry, 5 complete books. I am in the middle of one that I have not finished, the same one that I've been on.
Mhm.
The huge. So apparently, guys, I think I said this last one. The Draco Malfoy fanfic is a rewrite of
Mhm.
Deathly Hallows. That is why it is almost 1,000 pages and a lot. There's a lot of plot repetition in that.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm 60% almost. So it has deviated. It has deviated a little bit. But I have a feeling because she what how this goes is the lady deviates from, I mean, I'm guessing it's a woman. How she writes, I'm guessing it's a woman, but she deviates from the plot and it's something totally different. But she always comes back into like
Mhm.
the main points, like lots of little differences. Like I'm trying to think of something without spoiling. I don't know, spoil anything, but like they on so we still have Ron, Hermione, and Harry, and they're still on their mission to find the Horcruxes. Is that the plural? They're still on this mission, same as Deathly Hallows. However, in this version, they have like they find a safe house and they create a new safe house where that doesn't happen in Deathly Hallows. They're like intense the whole time. So
Mhm.
little things, but like core things that are very integral to the plot are still somehow still happening. That's why I'm like, I'm nervous. Not because I don't like it, because it was just sad. It was sad to me, Deathly Hallows. So I guess we could just talk about the month. That was a high, but also like a sad high. Deathly Hallows for me was like sad on several. I mean, on several facets. Like one, it was sad. Like this was a reread that we have been doing for a long time,
Yeah.
like almost my whole pregnancy, and we finally finished it. And that was like, I'm like, well, this is sad. Like, and I don't know that I don't think I've ever read the book so quickly in line, like that
Mhm.
quickly, one after the other.
Mhm.
Maybe when I first read it, but it's been many, like over a decade since that has happened, and I just read one after the other, and I truly think that's like the best way to do it. Like it hit me hard. Like I remembered all the detail. You know what I mean? Like I didn't
Mhm.
have to forget anything. It was awesome. So, but yeah, it was emotional because I don't know. I think all the deaths hit me harder a lot more this time, reading it this time.
Yeah, it's tough when your favorite character dies. So, for
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
I definitely cried.
A lot of people died, but I
Yeah.
think, and I mean, I think I cried, I don't know how many times during that read, like a lot. And then the last, when I finished it, I was up by myself in the living room, like it was late, and um, I finished it, and I was like just sobbing, like
Oh my
hard,
God.
hard cry. Whenever, I mean, like you've sent me a meme that this is like me. I'm like, I'm sorry, this book is 20 years old, so I'm there. There is some spoiling a little bit, but um, like when Harry is going to actually see Voldemort at the end, like he knows he has to finally face him. Like it's been leading up to this, 7 books. But then whenever he sees his mom, that got to me. Like
I think Tracy has said that she like sobbed and sobbed and sobbed for
at
that
that
part.
part,
Yeah,
okay,
I
I
believe
have
so.
to message her
Yeah.
because like when he sees his mom and he is really scared. Like it says he's scared and he leaves his friends. Like he sees all his friends and they're happy and they're fine. And then he's like, I have to go the rest alone. And he sees his people he's lost along his life. And he tells his mom, he's like, walk, yeah, what do you say? Can you come with me? And I was like, oh, like even now I'm like I get emotional. I think it's just as a mom,
Yeah.
whenever you see, I'm postpartum hormones big time. Like as a mom, I was like, this poor child is he's had to carry a huge burden this whole time. And then he just wants his mom just to, not even to like take away any like hardship, just to be with him. And I
Yeah.
was like, and what's funny is I knew how it was going to end and I knew it was going to be okay. But I think as a mom, you're like, oh, this is it's too much. I'm like, it was too much. Even now, I'm like, well, sorry guys, I'm losing my mind.
I felt like that with Mrs. Weasley. I think like the whole series.
Oh yeah, because she loses people too.
Yeah, and I think because she was like so anxious of that the whole
Yeah, that was her
time.
biggest fear.
Yeah, that was her biggest fear. And I was like, I can't handle this. And then, like a family losing someone. I just don't know how you go on. And so many people do. That's not just in the book. Like, that is real for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that took me. I was really sad.
You
Really,
know
I
what
was
was
sad.
crazy though? Is like Harry wanted his mom and he's like 17, right? Or is he 18 at that point? 17.
Uh,
I don't remember.
yeah.
Anyway, it's crazy is that his mom was like 20 when she had him.
Yeah.
Or so maybe like 21, 22 by the time by the time she died.
Hmm.
And so I was thinking his mom was like 4 years older than him, like almost his age, you
Yeah,
know?
it's crazy.
So like that in the movie. They look like they're in their 40s in the movie.
Hmm.
Probably to not be weird, but in real life, no, in the book, she was a lot younger. It was interesting. But anyway, that got to me. So that just stood out to me for sure. I was like, man, it's crazy how it's just these books they're so old, but then like as a kid, I'm a kid. Like when I was in college, they stood out to me for like one reason, and then as a mom, they stand out to obviously a different aspect
Hmm.
speaks to me now where I'm like, this poor child. And as like a teenager, you're like, yeah, he's so brave. But I don't know. And then even, um, what was that? It wasn't Order of the Phoenix. I read that at the end of last month, or the month before, but Dumbledore's talk to Harry at the end, or Harry's like, man, there's a lot of stuff you didn't tell me why. And then
Hmm.
Dumbledore trying to explain that and stumble through that conversation. Um, Noelle and I just watched that movie. And I was like, I don't feel like the movie did it justice. Like, Dumbledore was like, again, like from the adult's perspective, he's like, I don't know how much to tell you because I want to tell you the truth, but I don't want to like frighten you and ruin your life so early. Like, you're such a baby and it's not fair. This is just so unjust and whatever.
Yeah, I always like I remember really disliking Dumbledore the first time I read it, and then and on this reread I was like, why? I don't know. Again, I think it's being a parent. I related to a lot. Like that conversation you're talking about, I did think about that and I had told Josh, I feel like I can understand that as a parent, like how you just said. And I just see him really differently. I don't, it's so weird. It's very weird because I distinctively remember really, really not liking Dumbledore. And this time I was like, oh, he's just doing the best he
I
can.
know. And I saw a review about it, and they're like, all she did was trash Dumbledore and try to make him like as stupid as possible, you know? And I
What?
was in Deathly Hallows, like because you go and you find out retrospectively about his life, you know?
Mm.
And like he died. Oh, well, here we go. Spoiler. I'm sorry. He dies, and then you, but you find out hindsight, like, oh, this is what he was like as a teenager and as a young man, and he's very, very old. He's very, very old when he dies. But I did not feel like that as an adult. Again, I was like, man, if you're judging me off of things I've done as a teenager or in my
Mm-hmm.
20s, and I'm like 80 something, and you're like, oh, she, I'm like, don't.
But we see that a lot in like I don't know, I don't really follow the news much anymore, but like we see that a
Yes.
lot though in like media and
Hmm.
holding people to a standard of
Impossible
their
standard.
entire life. And if you know, have ever thought differently in the past and you were
Hmm.
wrong, then you're still a horrible person. And it's like, yeah, Dumbledore,
You're damned for life. Yeah.
I like to see that he was like he got off course, but like and Hermione kind of talks about that a lot that she's like, but look at, you know, he learned and look at all he's done since then.
Yeah, like the fruit of his whole life overall.
Yeah. And that counts. Like that has to count for something. If we
Hmm.
can't change and grow, then I mean, I just it's crazy
Yeah, like why judge someone so harshly over something, one thing, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
from their past that they have changed. Yeah.
Where currently their behavior is different. I don't know. It was good. Like again, it spoke to me differently as an adult. So it was just, I mean, it was 5 stars, but it was like if I had read it for the first time, I don't know, it was a whole new experience, and that was definitely the high point. What about you?
Yeah, I would say so too. I was sad it was over because I really, really loved it. And I haven't watched the movies. Like, I mean, I have, back up. I've watched the movies many times. I haven't watched them again. Like, while we've been rereading, I've watched the first four and I stopped at that point. And I want to watch the rest of them again. I just haven't because I want to finish this fan fiction first and then
Hmm.
I want to watch, you know, five, six, seven.
Well, I want to know what you think about the movies. I mean, I know you love them, but I want to know what you think after you read it, because I watched them all after I read the books anyway, and I think it affected. Like, I still enjoy the movies, but I constantly catch myself like, no, that's wrong.
They're missing so much. They couldn't do it
They're
all.
too short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And
So I'm excited.
that's why I always tell people to read them. Ah, because people are
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I already watched the movie." I'm like, "No, the books have so much more."
I was thinking about that because you always say you like to watch the movies first, and I'm always like, no, that's wrong. However, in this case, I was looking, we were watching Order of the Phoenix today, and I was like, you know what? I think you could watch these movies and still read and be completely surprised because
Yes.
there's
Yes.
they get the main points, but
Mhm.
they miss a lot, like 50%.
It's so fun watching something, enjoying it, and then you're able to read it and enjoy that too, rather than reading it, loving it, and then you're watching and you're just comparing and criticizing and like that's for me anyway. And I'm like that didn't happen and that like I'm thinking of it and analyzing it whereas I'm not like enjoying the journey or like I'm
Hmm.
not being entertained by it in the same way. So that's just something I've picked up. Actually, I think that's something Joshua picked up because he has told me this many times. He's like, no, 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 watch it first and then read it after. And it's true. I agree with that assessment.
Yeah, they're totally different. So you definitely, if you've only watched them, and if I would say if you only watched them and did not like the movies, I would still read them
Yeah, you're not
because
getting out of this homework.
I know. The only way I would say is if you read the first book and hated it, then don't continue because that's the best one. No, I don't know. Don't keep reading if you did not like the first one. But if you read the first one as an adult and hate it, then stop. But anyway, I get off my high horse. My low, I'm trying to think of what was the low. Okay, the low was the book Missing that I was excited to read about. I mentioned it in like, oh, I'm excited. This is coming up on my list.
Mm,
I did listen to it, which was what was recommended. That was the venue. It was like, no, this is a great audiobook. I will say the audio was fine. It wasn't the narrator's fault. It was just the story. I'm like, it wasn't the narrator's the author. Um, I would have to completely spoil it to talk about why I didn't like it or why it was a low. But one major point was I had to renew my audio because I hadn't finished it. And I feel like if I've started it and can't finish it in 2 weeks, like I'm not that interested
mm.
in an audio. Like if an audio is good, like I'm trying to think, oh, like Good People, I was like, ooh, what? Like I don't mind doing the laundry, or yeah, I'll help mow because I can listen to my book, stuff like that. This one, I'm like, I'll just listen to nothing. So it was just not kind of boring. Just I saw a review that said something like real dry, and I'm like, yeah, like it was just very dry and just boring, and then it had some plot points that like as a mom, I don't know if the author has children, but if she, or I don't know if it's a man or who, if they do, then I have a lot of questions because the parents acted in such a way that I just cannot believe.
Hmm.
If you, I don't know. Anyway, you can DM me if you want to know more, and I will spoil it, but I don't want to spoil it here. So that was my low point for sure. It took way too long and wasted a lot of time, and that would be one, like you said, like I should have just DNF'd it, but I was waiting to hear like people were like the ending was crazy, and then it wasn't. It was just like not. It was something we already knew. Like it was nothing surprising. I don't know. I should have DNF'd it, but it was a waste of time. All of it.
That what was that? 2 stars less.
Yeah, 2 stars.
My low. I'm looking here. Oh, I know. I saw it and I know what it is. 3 bags full.
Oh no, yeah, biggest disappointment. That's so sad.
It was.
But see, that's
Uh-uh.
good. You watched it first in this case too.
If first of all, if I had read the book first, I would have been like, "What?" I probably would have still watched the movie because again, so many people told me it was so good. And the movie is I love the movie. Fantastic. And the book, no. It was not at all like they took the idea of like, oh, okay, let's do a little village and oh, a shepherd with sheep and like, okay, and then we have a mystery. Okay, so like the bones are there, but no, everything that made the sheep detectives like cozy and heartwarming and meaningful, almost everything of that was not even in the book. And so like the movie people did their creative magic and they made it something really really cool. And like I cried a few times in the movie. I loved it so much. And again, meaningful. I felt like it was very meaningful. The book was just a joke for me. And I can't say why because
Is it a
spoilers.
cozy mystery, would you say?
That's what it says it is, but I don't
But
feel
you
like it
don't feel
is.
like okay.
I think it's the like a drama mystery. I did not like it. There were so many things that I didn't like about it. I didn't like the humor. It's German. I don't know. I don't know if that matters, okay? It's written in German, it's translated, and so maybe I have thought maybe some of that cultural differences didn't translate well for me. I don't know that is. I just like to give some allowance. I don't know.
But you didn't like plot points in the
I
story,
didn't like
right?
plot points. I did not like some of the humor, and I this is
That
my
maybe.
this is my own experience. The humor to me it edged on like a mockery of Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
And I struggle because I'm like, I don't want to be just like grumpy gills. I don't know. I don't
Wait,
know.
was it more than once?
Yes. It was just like an ongoing theme.
The movie makes a joke about like God,
Yes.
about sheep, or like, what's God? And
Yes.
it felt silly. It didn't bother me. Well, it didn't, and not enough to be like, I'm not watching this.
No.
But
No. So like the sheep are confused and they do think a person is God and they get confused about like what church is
mhm,
and what God
yeah.
is. And so like I that's like okay, I thought that was fine. But then another person they think is Satan. So then they're talking about Satan and they're like, "Oh, we love Satan." And so like they're like talking all this positive about like people think that God is this and this and this, but we know God has bad plans. Or like it almost felt like I wondered if the author was like trying to I don't know like trying to put her own opinion and try to make it
Mhm.
funny. Like this might just be a me thing, but like at a certain point I was like, okay, this keeps coming up, and it just at a certain I don't know if it was like a certain way something was worded or if it had just come up so often that I was like, this just feels uncomfortable to me. And I didn't know if it was just me, but then I did see several other reviews of other people saying that. So I'm like, okay, it wasn't just me.
No, I get it because I read a book a couple, I don't know when it was. It was a few years ago, and I heard it was like a fairy tale retelling. I think that's what they said. And I read it, and it was actually an Adam and Eve retelling.
Mm.
And but it was like all about how the creator was like evil and bad, and like really actually does want to like hinder women and like all
Oh.
this thing. And I was like, gross. Like I ended it and I'm like, no, I'm all about like mythology and retelling. And even if you wanted to tell like a biblical story in a different way or whatever, like I'm not all stuck up. I can handle it. But it felt like you said, it didn't feel like a biblical retelling. Like you're telling the story of creation in a different way, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like you're intentionally writing a work of fiction to mock people that actually believe differently than you, and that felt
Mm-hmm.
gross to me.
Yeah, that sums it up.
And there is a difference. Okay, I think I'm trying to think. That about sums up like my highs and lows. One book I want to mention really quick is I read Star-Crossed Summer by Devin Daniels. I want to give it like a little shout out. I'm sure eventually next year I'll mention it like in the summer recommendations or something, but I don't see it coming up. I did like it, and I will say I'm not the biggest romance reader any. I mean, I don't know that I ever have been the biggest romance reader, but I don't read romance really that much anymore. Just a rom com or whatever. But I did like this book, and I what I do like about it is it's a traditionally published book, and it's closed door. Like we don't see spice on the page. Now, I will say it is not a sweet book by any means, so I don't know, like everyone has a different standard, so you make your own decision. But anything intimate doesn't happen on the page at all. At all. Like it we don't I don't know. The only thing that would be questionable that people may not like is there are two actors and they do have like a love scene in the movie. So nothing happens, but they talk about like making that scene,
Mm.
which is kind of, I mean, it was more interesting. To me, it felt more like actor, like talking about the movie, making the movie aspect,
Mm-hmm.
because they're still like clothed, but you can't see any, you know what I mean? Like how they're
Mm-hmm.
shooting the movie. Anyway, so they do talk about that. Um, if that would make people feel uncomfortable, but I didn't. That's like as far as it goes. But anyway, it was definitely like the Notebook a lot like the Notebook, a lot of drama, not very sweet. So it was like a little stressful because we're dealing with alcoholism. That's the main thing that happens. That's a big trigger, and there's another trigger. I don't want to give away too much, but because it's a big spoiler, but everything turns out okay. So I think that was a good one if you're looking like for a high quality, like a how am I trying to say this? A quality written piece that is also not just like explicit. So it has cussing. So, it's not gonna be for everyone.
Anytime that there's a good quality non-explicit book that you can find at the store, we have
Yeah.
to talk about it. I feel like because
She's a really good writer too. I've read three of, well, I guess she's only written three. I've read them all. One of them, I don't know about the other one. One of them it has a spicy scene. Oh, it's so good though. Like such a good book, and people hate that book too. But this one's really good, and I'm curious why that's happening. Like mainstream authors are writing non-spicy books. I don't know if it's because they've proven themselves with the spice, and
mm,
now they're all the publishers are like, okay, you can do what you want to do, which is not. I don't like that, but
I don't know. I don't know. I really wish that we could talk to like who knows these things, like an agent or like someone who works in this industry because I have questions.
yeah.
I have questions and concerns.
Okay. Is there any other book that like stood out to you for the month? Oh no, you're
No,
like
I
no,
mean
nothing.
just rereads. I read and I loved Cross Country Christmas by Courtney Walsh. I loved it. I mean, I loved it the first time, which I guess I read it like in 2021, I think it was. And then this time I loved it again.
It's always
So
nice whenever you confirm your own.
I know I'm a whole new person and I still really love that book. So I highly recommend it if you have like a ton of Christmas books on your TBR for the coming holiday. People ask me all the time, they're like, which one should I prioritize? I would prioritize this one. I think this one is
Mhm.
really good. So loved
I
it.
feel like it's hard to go wrong with her.
So what are you excited about reading next?
Okay, I think this is a redo. But I think I'm going to next up, I think I'm going to read Because I Killed Him.
Yes.
I want to do that. Like I've been really eager to read it. And Hannah, you can go ahead and say whatever you're gonna say.
I emailed the authors, submitted a form asking about their spice content, like their intentions. I was really nice. It sounds weird that I'm asking this, but anyway,
It's because it's gonna be many books.
there's gonna be 5, right?
I I
That's
don't
what I
know, but
said.
it's several, many.
I remember I said, and I can't remember. I think it's 5, but the like for reference, the book one is like what 800 pages. It's big. It's a big book. So anyway, I asked if there's gonna be explicit content planned for the series, and the author emailed me and said no, that they don't have that planned at all for any of the books. So I was really excited because
Yeah.
that's a big journey to get on and then find out, there's going
I
to be
did
spice
ask
later.
someone that read it. I emailed her, or sorry, I'm 100 years old. I DM'd her and I asked her if it had spice. No, no, sorry. I commented on there and asked her if it had spice. She DM'd me and said, "Hi, I saw it. She does not." I'm like, I don't know why that's embarrassing. I felt like it was almost like embarrassing to tell me that it did not have spice, but it's funny how some people view spice as like it needs to be. I think this specific person wanted as much spice as possible, but I almost felt like she's like, I loved it in spite of that,
Yeah. That makes
which is
yeah.
fine because that probably means it's really good.
Yeah, it's blown up for a debut novel indie public. Like it
Mhm.
seems like it's really doing well. So,
It seems like it's probably gonna end up being like at Barnes and Noble or something.
yeah. Okay, so a book I bought it.
Oh
Bad
wow.
Omen. Bad Omen. Stars like no no no. What is it called? Eyes Like Stars by Ashley Poston. This is
Oh,
the
I like her.
this is the Star Wars. It's a YA.
Oh, what?
It's a YA Star Wars romance, like a fantasy romance, and I don't know, guys. I'm excited though.
See,
I
I like her though.
I do like her books, and I was like, where is this coming from?
Didn't she write The Dead Romantics?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is it says it's a charming young adult romance. It's gonna be something about the First Order. So I mean a space romance by her. I'm excited. So I did buy it because
So is it a fanfic or no?
no, it's not, but I think it
Oh,
is
it's
related to
like,
Disney.
oh, so they are, it's like licensed Star Wars.
Yes.
Okay.
And I bought it because
See, that's what J.K. Rowling needs to do.
I know
Start paying people.
the library didn't have it, none of it. Ebook, the book, none of it. And they only have audio, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna buy it. So I'm gonna buy it, and it looks so pretty.
I'm looking at the cover. It is really pretty.
So that's all. I'm excited. I will report back. It comes in the mail tomorrow, so I'm
That is
excited.
exciting. A paper book to read.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this was fun. This is a good one. We had laughing, crying, whole enchilada. Okay. So if you are not scared away, hello. Thank you for listening. You can follow me at Hilary Reads.
And I'm at Hannah Reads.
And our podcast is at Don't Need to Read Podcast, all on Instagram. Come tell us hi, and we will see you guys next week. I think we're talking about things that are worth buying to help your reading life, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
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 That's like the trend, the TikTok trend.
Is
So,
it?
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Goodbye.